Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Have you ever felt like all this modern convenience we have is actually kind of making us weaker? Well, today we're exploring exactly how to combat the biological atrophy caused by all our modern comforts. We're going to look at two completely distinct pathways to reclaim our health. First, building raw environmental resilience. And second, utilizing some highly targeted biochemical fixes. I am so excited to guide you through this because honestly, it completely shifts how you'll look at your daily routines.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll cover the modern comfort crisis, minoring in the majors, resilience through adversity, targeted fixes like BPC-157 peptides, and lastly, using AI as a health assistant.
Section 1. The modern comfort crisis. How convenience causes atrophy.
Atrophy is literally the ultimate enemy of health. We live in this incredible world of ubiquitous air conditioning and instant food deliveries, but hanging out in that comfort zone all the time means our bodies are quite literally withering away. Think about the things you do every day. Wearing heavily arch-supporting shoes? That can actually cause shin splints because it weakens the muscles in your foot. Sleeping with a massive, fluffy pillow? That can atrophy your neck muscles and completely wreck your posture.
A perfect example is the sheer physical cost of tech neck. When you drop out of your natural alignment, where your ears should be sitting right directly over your shoulder, and you roll that head forward to stare at a screen, you aren't just giving yourself a sore neck. You're geometrically multiplying the pressure on your cervical vertebrae. And the crazy part is, this creates a massive cascade of downstream imbalances. It literally cuts off oxygen availability to your brain, it triggers severe TMJ and mid-back pain, and it can even alter your breathing rate so drastically that it throws your whole body into a chronic fight or flight stress state.
Let's move to Section 2, minoring in the majors, mastering the foundations first.
Look, before we get super excited about advanced biochemistry and the latest shiny biohacks, we've got to master the absolute basics. These are the major low-hanging fruits. And the best part? They're cheap and often totally free. I'm talking about the foundational inputs your biology actively craves. Getting outside for natural sunlight at sunrise, moving consistently throughout your day, locking in a rock-solid sleep-wake cycle, fixing your breathing patterns, and just filtering the air and water in your home. Nailing these basics has a wildly disproportionate impact on boosting your cellular energy, and they come with side benefits, not side effects.
Now, what if you simply can't get outside for that crucial morning sunlight? Well, you can still hack your environment. To properly reset your circadian rhythm, you need bright light exposure of over 10,000 lux. But here's the secret. You don't need some $100,000 light bed to pull this off. You can get there with a simple $50 LED grow light right at your desk as long as it has the proper beam angle and intensity. It is just a brilliant, practical way to use modern convenience to support our ancient biology.
All right, Section 3, resilience through adversity, the power of polarity. The absolute key here is understanding that human beings were built to oscillate between extremes, hot and cold, feasting and fasting. This polarity, this bouncing back and forth, sends vital biological signals that keep us tough and resilient. For instance, when you sit in a sauna, you're artificially jacking up your core temperature, basically mimicking a fever. This triggers your body to sweat out toxins and severely upregulate heat shock proteins. These proteins are like little cellular recycling plants. They course through your system, hunting down and recycling misfolded proteins, which tackles one of the primary drivers of the aging process head-on.
It's fascinating how these different environmental stressors map out. On the heat side, stepping into a 200-degree sauna forces a deep detoxification of heavy metals and kicks your antioxidant defenses into high gear. Suddenly, a 100-degree summer afternoon feels like a breeze. Then, on the flip side, we have the cold plunge. Freezing water operates on totally different pathways, causing these massive, rapid spikes in norepinephrine and dopamine. It is unparalleled for building raw mental fortitude, managing pain, and aggressively dropping inflammation in the body. But a quick warning, we've really got to be careful with the cold.
And that brings us to a crucial concept, allostatic load. Think of this as your biological stress bucket. Remember, a cold plunge is a major biological stressor. So if your bucket is already sloshing over the brim with family stress, crazy work deadlines, and intense intermittent fasting, dropping yourself into 32-degree water for 10 minutes just to brag about it online is going to overflow that bucket. You can actually take this incredible therapeutic tool and turn it into a severe detriment. Sometimes, honestly, just a simple, cool shower is exactly what your nervous system actually needs.
Which brings us to Section 4, targeted fixes, BPC-157 peptides, modern biochemical optimization. Okay, let's pivot away from external environmental stress and look at how we can hack the system from the inside. We are talking about peptides. Peptides are basically short chains of amino acids, but you shouldn't think of them as blunt instruments. They are super delicate biocommunicators. See, unlike a lot of heavy pharmaceuticals that just bluntly force a chemical change in your body, peptides act as signaling molecules. They gently suggest to your body exactly what it needs to do to heal and repair itself naturally.
I want to spend a minute here because the benefits of BPC-157 are just completely mind-blowing. It perfectly illustrates the sheer power of targeted peptides. BPC actually stands for Body Protection Compound, and the wildest part, it's naturally produced right inside human gastric juice. Now, while it is profoundly effective at healing deep-seated gut issues like leaky gut or ulcers, its benefits go way, way beyond the stomach. BPC-157 is a systemic powerhouse. We're talking about a compound that dramatically accelerates wound healing across your entire body. If you've got a torn tendon, damaged ligaments, achy joints, or even a bone fracture, this peptide drives deep cellular recovery exactly where you need it. It even repairs the communication highway between your gut and your brain via the vagus nerve. It has an incredibly broad benefit profile because it basically just tells your body to put its own natural healing pathways into overdrive.
So how are people actually utilizing all these immense benefits? Well, taking BPC-157 really depends on your specific goals. It's highly bioactive in a simple oral capsule, which is super convenient and absolutely the best route if you're trying to heal gastric or gut-related stuff. But if you're looking for that targeted systemic signaling, like you're trying to repair a specific torn shoulder tendon or a bad knee joint, it's usually administered via a subcutaneous injection. Yes, that means getting comfortable with tiny little insulin needles. Now, it's worth noting the FDA currently considers peptides a regulatory gray area, but generally speaking, BPC-157 maintains an incredibly strong safety and benefit profile.
And just to round out the whole peptide conversation, another one making huge waves right now is GHK-Cu. This is a highly powerful copper peptide that is exploding in popularity as a topical cream. People are widely using it in their skincare routines for tissue regeneration, overall rejuvenation, and some serious anti-aging longevity benefits. It's just another fantastic example of how we can suggest biological repair rather than trying to forcefully mandate it.
Finally, Section 5, AI as a health assistant, your personal PhD-level analyst.
We literally have access to more personal health data today than at any point in human history, right? But making sense of all those numbers is the real hurdle. Enter artificial intelligence. You can now use tools like ChatGPT or Gemini as your own personal PhD-level health analyst. The workflow is so simple. First, scrub your name off everything to keep your data anonymous. Second, feed your complex blood panel results or your continuous glucose monitor data directly into the AI. And third, prompt the AI for pattern recognition. So instead of playing whack-a-mole with a single high biomarker, you're asking the AI to connect the dots and uncover the underlying root cause of why you're feeling fatigued. It is a phenomenal, incredibly empowering way to get a highly customized second opinion.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty provocative question. We've uncovered the profound impact of everything from catching the sunrise and hitting the sauna to the deep systemic joint healing wonders of BPC-157 peptides to leveraging AI to decode your blood work. The tools to achieve true bioharmony are literally sitting right in front of you. But at the end of the day, the choice is entirely yours. Are you going to intentionally step into a little bit of adversity to build an unbreakable biology? Or will you let the soft comforts of the modern world slowly dictate your decline? Think about it. See you next time.
My body's a temple, but the walls are cracked. Stuck in the rubble of the years I've stacked. Stagnation in my veins like a river turned to dust. Toxic whispers in the wind, but I gotta rebuild. I must.